Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in ayah 40 of Surah Ar-Rum, "It is Allah who created you, then gives you provisions, then will cause you to die, and then will bring you back to life. Can any of your associate gods do any of this? Glorified and exalted is He above what they associate with Him in worship." Do people acknowledge that Allah is the creator and the provider? And do they act accordingly to this acknowledgement? Do they believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone is the creator, the provider, the giver of life, and the bringer of death? And do they implement the implications of this belief in their real lives? Or is their actual reality far from this theoretical belief? So, who truly deserves our complete worship and submission?
Throughout human history, there has never been denial of certain attributes of divinity, such as Allah's exclusivity in providing sustenance, in giving life, and in causing death. However, disputes and debates among misguided people and the messengers sent to them have always centered around the implications of these attributes, which include recognizing Allah's greatness, seeking sustenance solely from Him, resorting to Him alone, and submitting entirely to His decree. In the verse we read, there is an implication of the weakness of other objects of worship, and it is contradictory to seek sustenance from those who have no control over it, or to fear and hope in beings that cannot bring benefit nor harm. Logically speaking, if someone cannot benefit others, how can they be prayed to? And if someone cannot harm, how can they be feared?
Do they believe that Allah alone is the creator, the provider, the giver of life, and the bringer of death? And do they implement the implications of this belief in their real lives? Or is their actual reality far from this theoretical belief? Al-Sa'di, in his explanation, shows that Allah demonstrates to His servants that He alone is the creator, provider, giver of life, and bringer of death, and there is no partner with Him in these matters. So how can they associate partners with Allah in these affairs when no one else has any say in them? This highlights the futility of polytheism, and it does not harm Allah in any way. Rather, it is they who are deluded. Sayyid Qutb, in his commentary, emphasizes that Allah confronts the deniers and rebels with the realities of their situation, showing that only He is responsible for their existence, sustenance, death, and life. While they acknowledge creation, they cannot claim that their alleged gods provide sustenance or have any authority over life and death. They were disputing about resurrection, and this verse establishes it as a fundamental truth.
The one who creates, provides, gives life and causes death deserves worship, obedience, submission and devotion. None of these matters should be directed to anyone else. Yet today we see many people diverting these matters away from Allah, which is a sign of their intellectual weakness and moral corruption. As we invite people to believe in Allah alone, acknowledging His divinity and lordship, we seek their salvation from the punishment of Allah. O people, we are coming to you with one call, one word. It is the word that all the messengers came with. Worship Allah, you have no other deity but Him.
الله الذي خلقكم ثم رزقكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم هل من شركائكم من يفعل من ذلكم من شيء سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون.